Hey everyone, this is Max Carroll, and excuse me, you're going to have to pardon the change in the locale. The kitchen where, I normally do my toy reviews and stuff, it is currently out of convenience, so please excuse. Today's figure is going to be my the very last figure for my G-Fest haul. It is my kind of a rare figure. You don't really see this online nowadays, except maybe Clawmark, which actually has the figure with tag for 22. I wish I knew that, sooner, because I would have gotten that. But I do have the Godzilla Island and Toho Kaiju series. Not a very renowned line in my opinion, but it's a good line. It did introduce it introduced. Well, I guess I might as well show the figure. My Toho Kaiju and Godzilla Island Gigan. This was one of the molds that was introduced in the Godzilla Island series, which not as well known as Movie Monster series. That should be a familiar name to most Godzilla collectors. Um, but yeah, the Toho Kaiju and Godzilla Island. That line reissued sculpts of Godzilla 92, reissued as Godzilla 94. I do want to try and maybe get that figure sometime, because I love Godzilla 94, one of my favorite of the 90s of the 90s Godzilla suits, the 90s Heisei suits. They reissued Mechagodzilla 2, reissued, I believe it's a reissue, Mothra Larva, as well as delivering many, many brand new sculpts for the Kaiju. Also, I think the Mobiera was a reissue from the standard scale. Anyway. So, yeah. The, the Toho Kaiju series was very well known when it came out in late 1997. Yeah, 1997, 1998. For the Godzilla Island television show, which ran from 97 to 98. In Japan, this is my personal theory, I believe it was in lieu of the American Godzilla film, which is coming out, which in the end was, don't even get me started, that film was absolutely atrocious. But, I saw quite a few episodes of Godzilla Island myself online. The series, it has comedy, it has humor, it's got Bandai figures to represent, the monsters like Gigan. I don't have the Gigan is my only Toho Kaiju, so I'm just bringing this in as an example of Godzilla. Except those were the RC figures. But anyway, let's get on to Gigan, and I'll go over history a little after scaling. So Gigan, I actually broke his arm quite a few times when I was trying to fix him on a weird thing that was going on with his arm. And this was not a cheap figure. This was 35. That was like almost all the last of my G-Fest cash. So, yeah. So Gigan can move his arms up and down. He can move them 360, but I'm not going to try it with this arm because I'm terrified. But with this arm, yeah. Legs, let me move his arms up. He can move his legs hold on. He can move his legs 360, just like the Movie Monster Series reissue can. So yeah, both of those. Tail's a glue seal. I'm pretty sure if you break that, you can, turn it. Head is not articulated, which is weird because the Creations figure, which for me was, this is a stand-in for that figure because I'm still trying to get that. The head cannot rotate on this figure, unlike the Creations show a figure can, and most of the Creation figure, the Revoltech figure, and most of the Final Wars Gigan figures, which is pretty odd. I mean, you probably would have made it so that this figure's head can, rotate. Whatever. Detail. This figure is pretty nicely detailed, I must say. He's got the red on his visor, although on mine, right there. I don't know if you can see it that well, but that was some paint bleed. It's got paint scuff right there. I don't know what that's necessarily about. It's got silver, but I don't mind. It's fine. Actually, everything's silver. The beak, the horns, the claws, the saw, everything that's silver, all painted in an identical but very pearly, shiny silver, which I do like. This figure has a very nice silver. Except on the tail, there should be silver on the spikes and the tail spike on the tip. For some reason, Bandai did not do that. Actually, there's something that the Creations figure has over this figure. The spikes are painted silver, but the tail spike is not on either figure. But I guess I kind of mind, but I'm not going to let it bother me too much. It's a nice figure. The gold is nice and metallic-y, which I do like. It's very, it doesn't come off well on camera, or at least the one I'm using, but the gold is very, very pearly. Very nicely done, in my opinion. The the green color is a sand green, I believe, just from looking at it. It looks like a pale sand green. That's just me. He's got all the wrinkles on the neck, the scales, the etchings on the wings, the feet. Very thin, just like how it was in the Showa movies, with the exception of Megalon, but I don't care. This figure is very reminiscent of the Megalon suit. The movie Monster series is the Gigan suit, in my opinion, and the Memorial Box. Also, sorry for all my hair, as I just woke up. Well, I woke up like 30 minutes ago, but you know, I'm just being lazy. Let's move on to some size comparisons with Gigan. Let's compare him first. I think I already showed this off, but let's compare him with Godzilla 90s. I know it looks like that Godzilla is like way taller. Gigan's taller because of the horn, but head size, Godzilla looks way taller. That's just the position of the camera. They're actually like that. But yeah, they do, this Godzilla is 100 meters, this Gigan's like 60, or, I'm sorry, like 55 meters, so they don't scale up well scientifically, but they do look nice together. You can create a little fight scene, just like in Godzilla Island. My next and final figure, because, you know, I don't feel like pulling out a bunch of figures right now, is my NECA, is a figure I will get to, probably not today, but hopefully sometime this week. I will try my NECA Godzilla 1985 with custom paint alteration after my dog damaged it. So yeah, my NECA Godzilla 1985. Okay, this is actually not a good scaling, like, at all. Or maybe it's just because of Godzilla's foot. No, they do not scale up well at all. They don't. Gigan, from the head, he's shorter. Horn, only minorly taller than Godzilla. But no, this is not good scaling, and they don't really look well together unless you know, they're at a distance with each other. But you know, yeah, this is just to give you an idea. So overall, I I give this figure a 5 out of 5. This is a magnificent figure, even if you might have problems, because I do prefer soft vinyl to hard vinyl. I do prefer soft vinyl, because hard vinyl, in my opinion, it's easier to break if you have it like compressed in a bag or something. If you have it like compressed, 9 times out of 10, it will break. Or, you know, it won't break, but, well, yeah, break. It'll like rip. It'll tear. Especially if you pull on it like I did. I feel like an idiot doing that. Also, something I forgot to mention, he has a curved tail. But, yeah. Overall, I give Gigan a 5 out of 5. He is one magnificent figure. Rarity, yeah. Right now, Triclomar toys. You might be able. I've seen it with the tag for 22. Other than that, you're gonna be stuck with only finding the movie Monster Series version, which I am not a fan of that paint scheme. I personally think it looks ugly. Not ugly, but the blue just looks wrong. I might get that figure, but not anytime soon. And even if I do get it, do not expect me to do a review of it. I am not going to review it. At best, I'm going to re-review this guy and probably bring that figure in, you know, for comparison. But yeah, Gigan, I recommend him for especially the Showa fans, fans of the Showa series such as myself. I recommend it. And yeah, he will be necessary to complete a Godzilla versus Gigan, but that will be for the movie Monster Series version. But if you want to complete a Godzilla versus Megalon setup, here are your 3 choices. A, you can get this version. B, you can get the 50th anniversary Memorial Box version, which is not too expensive. Sorry, that's my phone. Or C, you can get the Bandai Creations figure, which is basically, that is, in my opinion at least, that is the most Megalon accurate Gigan figure I've seen in the 6-inch scale. So overall, give this figure a 5 out of 5. He's a nice figure, good paint job, good detail, good scaling, good articulation. Just be careful with the vinyl. Anyways, this has been my review. This is Max Carroll signing off.